Welcome to Success Superstars, your place for inspiration and the blueprint of success for peak performers just like you. And my special guest today, Kendall. Kendall, welcome.
Hey guys, thanks for having me, Mark.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Now, tell us a little bit about where you live, where you're from, how you got there. Give us a little background.
Sure. I'm originally from Columbus, Georgia, and my husband's job moved us to the sweet little town of Fairhope, Alabama in 2014. We've been married for 14 years. We have 3 kids, and I've sold real estate since 2005.
Wow. So Kendall, you're a broker of record, you're a mom, you're a wife, you're a real estate agent, real estate professional. How do you handle all those hats?
Well, last June, I hired a showing partner. Her name's Miranda Mahary. I did not want to give up my buyers, so I just kind of wanted to take a hat off that takes a lot of time, which is showing houses, the actual showing of houses. So to pull myself off the road where I wasn't on the road 4 to 6 hours a day showing houses, to take the broker role is what I chose to do. Miranda is absolutely amazing. So she handles all my buyer showings. I do negotiations, I handle my sellers, and then I handle our agents.
Yeah. So what I love about what you've done and what's so beautiful about our real estate profession is there's not one way to do it, right? You've created a model that works for you in your situation.
Yes.
And, that may be a model that works for someone else and it may not.
One of my agents recently has also implemented that model. She's really killing it this year, and she has 3 kids as well. And I just told her, I was like, time is super important. Your kids are in their last years of high school. So, the thing is, when you leverage this, you'll actually make more money. I know that's hard to understand and hard to give up, but you're not giving up your clients. It's how you present it.
Right. And how did you find your showing partner?
She was a realtor here in our office, and she's a yes person. She's bubbly. She's energetic. She loves to look at houses. Her Instagram constantly has houses that she's showing that she just loves the features of. And, being selling since 2005, I don't have that anymore. I'm like, when you gonna buy this house? So she still loves all of that. And she just has such a great, just warm and loving personality.
In the entrepreneurial operating system, we call up a thing called your unique ability. And that's her unique ability that makes her heart sing and she loves it.
Yeah.
And you've provided her an opportunity to express herself.
Yeah. And she loves it. She loves showing for me.
Now, let's talk about when you started. When you started, I know you were a heavy cold caller and now you're 100% by referral. But
Right.
Those first 2-3 years of cold calling had to be tough.
Well, now I didn't cold call until 2014, but I started in 2005. So I was in like my hometown area, but I was 20 years old. I only made $11,000 my first year in real estate. And I treated it like a part-time job. The next year I made 50, I worked from 10 to 3 unless you had an appointment with me and took an hour lunch break. I was not putting in the effort that I should, but I was in my early 20s and 50,000 was plenty of money at the time. I started cold calling in 2014 and learned how to, master that at a high level. And that was when my business changed.
Wow. Was that tough for you? Was cold calling, the rejection, hard for you to get over?
I was a team leader at Keller Williams before, so I had to cold call agents a lot. So I was used to kind of making dials. It was just more of a mindset change of who I was dialing. But the way I look at it is every no was one step closer to my yes. And for every yes, it's $6,000 to $10,000 approximately in commission. So it was worth it to make those calls, to get through those no's, to get to that yes.
Wow. Now, you earned your way out of that, but what would you coach or teach someone right now who's getting started that, has to do that hard work and they're resisting?
Well, like you said, it's not a one size fits all. So for some people, cold calling works. For some people, open houses work. For some people, it's belly to belly, door knocking. Find what makes you tick, what's your niche, what you're good at. And then once you see some conversions coming from it, like double down and hit that hard. And that will grow your business. So it's, a lot of it's personality based, in my opinion.
And being consistent, right?
Yes, you have to be consistent for sure.
Yeah, and whatever it is, any of those items you just mentioned, you could buddy up with other people in your office and do, pizza night
Yep.
calling or door knocking together in twos or three.
Yep.
So there's ways to do it with another set of agents that you can high five each other and hug each other and support each other through the ups and downs.
Yeah, we used to have call nights. They were quite fun.
Yeah, call nights are super fun. Now that you're 100% by referral, what have you learned through your journey of getting from having to be a hard prospector to now having people call you?
Um, I've
Custom.
I've learned, it takes time to grow this business. And about year 3 is when you should be getting your referral based. And when I moved to a different area, it's like my year started over. I started back from ground zero, so it took 3 years of cold calling. But more than anything, when I was cold calling, where I dropped the ball was I didn't stay in touch with my past clients like I should have.
Mm,
And had I stayed in touch with them, I probably could have got out of cold calling a lot quicker. But after cold calling, I was kind of tired of making calls for the day. So once I did leave and called all my past clients and owned the fact that I hadn't talked to them 6 months, a year, 2 years, whatever that number was, I realized how much business I left on the table, and that's a lot easier to keep in touch with and convert because they already love Kendall, they already love Mark, than converting a cold lead.
right. So the biggest piece of advice I hear you saying is make sure you're staying in touch and building a relationship.
Yeah. Don't treat it like a transaction. I mean, they love you. So keep that going, ask about their dog, ask about their kids. I mean, whatever makes their heart beat.
Kendall, how do you deal with the ups and the downs of the business?
The roller coaster. I thank God for the times that I'm busy, and I thank Him for the times that I'm slow. And I also remind my agents of that. I find that when we're busy, sometimes we neglect our family a little bit, and that's kind of hard, on the family. So when I am slower, let's take a trip, let's spend some quality time, let's have a movie night, and then I just invest back in them because I know that busy season's coming right behind it. I had a realtor here actually the other day. He was like, "Oh, I'm so slow." I'm like, "Yeah, but you are moving. You are getting your other house ready to sell. You're currently painting it and doing some repairs to it. So thank God for that slow time, because if you were super busy right now, you wouldn't be able to focus on moving and painting and doing the other things that you need to do." So always thinking for when you're busy and always thinking for when you're slow, because you need both. And
Yeah,
so you don't lose your mind. You need both,
yeah, love it, love it, love it. Well, as we wrap up this episode, what's the one key advice you'd give everyone?
Don't give up. Continue to just grow and learn and push yourself, and either make your calls or do your open houses or whatever it is that makes, your business flow. And if you don't know what that is, keep going until you find what that is, because this business can be very rewarding, but you have to find your niche and figure out what that is and then grow it from there.
Yeah, great advice. Well, speaking of referrals, if they have folks coming to Fairhope, how do they get a hold of you and send you a referral?
Yep, you can reach me on my cell at 706-575-8800, or you can email me at kendallsoldit@gmail.com.
There, I love it. Kendall sold it.
Yep, I sold it.
There you go. Well, Kendall, thanks for pouring in to us today. The audience is going to get great value from hearing your story. And I'm so appreciative of our partnership together and wishing you nothing but success as we move forward.
Mark, it was good seeing you again, and thank you for having me.
All right, we'll talk soon. And until we see you on another episode of Success Superstars, may your choices reflect your hopes and not your fears.